Maya B. She's a Nazi. We bought movie 43.
Serious?
Oh, yeah. Not proud of that. But I do have a few things I'm proud of in my life.
Uh-huh.
One of them not being movie 43.
Or that Maya the
or
Nazi.
or that intro as a whole. One of the things, look, I have not achieved a lot in my life. In fact, some would say I'm an abject failure.
Some might say you just give up.
Yep, pretty much. But there are a few things that I'm proud of. Now, I'm not going to get into the big ones and, rub my own testes. That's supposed to be, like, synonymous with being proud.
All right.
Didn't quite work out. But I will play up the smaller, just to keep it humble, the smaller aspects of my life that I'm proud of. One of the things I used to be super proud of, that's what I used to, is that I had never fallen. It was like a thing of myth.
Mm-hmm.
Legend.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I had never fucking fallen on my ass. I mean, I'm sure I did as a kid.
Yeah, but that didn't count.
But, like in recent memory, as it were, when it counted, when you're a teenager, when you can be laughed at, I hadn't fallen. Yeah. Not once.
Nope.
The legend even impressed upon you, I remember, because one day it finally happened.
Yep.
And I can't even remember how the fuck I felt.
I don't even know what you're talking about. So yeah, that's how little I remember it.
It's supposed to be mythical.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was surprising.
I did fall, and I can't even remember how. I think I was kicking like a soccer ball back at the Guardian or some shit. Something that I wouldn't normally do.
Mm-hmm.
So it led to me falling.
Yeah.
And fell on my fucking ass. And I remember you were like, "What the fuck? He fell." You were like astonished that I fell.
Yeah, totally.
And Guardian, what is that? I do not remember this. I don't remember this. This was like a fucking thing. You were like, "What the fuck? He fucking fell."
I don't doubt it. I just have a bad memory.
Anyway, it was this whole fucking thing about me falling, right? And you were just like astonished.
Mm-hmm.
Now, apparently, it didn't fucking cause nary an impression on your mind. But
no.
Anyway, the legend, however, I mean, this happened at home, so it was like I could just...
You could keep the legend alive?
Yeah, I could sweep that under the rug.
Yeah.
But one day I was at school. I was still in high school, and I was walking my ex-girlfriend from one class to the other, and we took this back route, right? And the back route was outside of the school. It was a shortcut, but you had to go through this crappy, desert terrain.
Yep.
And this is around when the Matrix came out.
Oh God!
So you already know where this is going.
No.
Damn it! For some fucking reason.
No.
I had seen The Matrix, okay?
Clearly.
And for some fucking reason, I decided to recount how awesome the action sequences were in this. And I try to explain the Neo dodge.
Oh, no.
Right? And it's not really... I'm not really doing a good job at describing how it worked. So I try to demonstrate. And I have one of the... Not the standard backpack, but one of those, kind of like gym backpacks that you sling over the shoulder. So when I do it, all the weight careens toward the back, and my ass goes flat on the fucking ground, and it's like soft ass sand, so I'm like buried in the sand. And again, the same reaction. Holy fucking shit, he fell. The myth was destroyed.
Yep.
The legend died.
I mean, to be fair, even if you didn't have your backpack, you would have still fallen.
Well, I wasn't going to go
defy gravity.
Oh, I wasn't going to go the whole way, obviously, but it didn't even take that much. The fucking thing just...
You moved like 1 inch and you're on the ground.
Yeah, it was like immediate.
All right.
So I felt like a stupid idiot. Rightfully so, because I was. But though falling was rare, and I got to say, though, ever since then, I haven't fallen. So now that I'm saying that,
I mean,
I'm gonna fall.
Literally, you haven't fallen.
Yeah, I haven't fallen. Like...
Physically,
yeah. Obviously, I've fallen from grace. But
this channel is
the channel has plummeted.
The latest fall in our
But
lives.
physically, I have not fallen.
Yeah.
Since then, so the legend is reborn, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
But you, however,
I used to fall a lot.
Yeah, you were really prone to falling. In fact, you have like scars on your. Again, the reason you wear this mask is because you have scars on your face.
Horribly scarred in my face.
Yeah.
I don't have a nose. Which if you ever notice me doing this, that's because I'm replacing my fake nose that I currently have on.
Scratching your cavity.
By the way, is hideous. I chose the hideous nose.
It's like a hook nose.
I don't know why.
Anyway. Yeah, you were prone to falling.
Oh, yeah.
And
I remember this one time, before you go into this next, this one time we were at the store, and I was in the line. And
I like it was just the store.
The store, yeah, the supermarket.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in the line, and I stepped forward. And I don't know why I fell. I just fell. But it was an epic fall, man. I slid forward, and being a man of girth, my stomach squeaked on the floor. So it was like a fall, and then I slid forward with an audible squeak. And I just kind of laid there for a couple seconds. And then I realized, crap, I have to get up. Also, my ass crack's showing. It wasn't good.
I seem to remember you telling me something about you doing like a fucking 480 somersault and your ass was from full display.
Yep, this was at school in Arizona. We were playing baseball.
Now, just to clarify, we don't currently live in Arizona, but you were over there.
I was in Arizona for a little bit.
With the horrible person that was our older brother.
Yep.
Is, I guess.
So I was over there in school, which is actually pretty cool. I liked school there. People were nice. But, which is good, because if they weren't, this story would have been even worse. Playing baseball.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I'm not going to hit this shit, right? I'm not going to hit this ball. I was batting. Somehow I hit it, do a freaking home run on that baby. I'm like, crap, now I have to run. I want to clarify that I was trying not to hit the ball because I didn't want to run. So I was like, I'm not going to hit it.
Maybe we shouldn't even try with the channel, and maybe we'll hit a home run.
Oh, that's a good point. Anyway, I hit this baby. It's like a slam dunk or some shit. That's right. It was a basketball thing now. Anyway, I hit it out of the park. I'm like, crap, now I got to run. But I go like full stride with it. I'm like, oh, now I got to do it, right? Because this is cool. Start doing like a flash-like move and shit. I'm like going super fast in my mind. Busted out the T1000 hands and shit. Then I trip. Let's just say I hit the base, but I hit it on my ass because I was flipping through the air, ragdoll-like, and my pants fell off. My ass was in full display. Now, it would have been fine if it was in display of the infield because that's only teachers were there. But no, it was in display of the kids. That wasn't good. So I got up, pulled up my pants, walked back to the. I know I was safe because I landed on my ass on the base. And I was like, nah, I'm out.
I'm done.
I go to the little batter's cage and shit, and everybody's just like, oh yeah, it was really good, dude. Like all nice and shit. I was like, damn it, mock me. My ass was on display.
Yeah, it is. It's funny because like
over here they would have raped me.
I've been to Arizona. And my experiences were, I wouldn't say negative, but I always got the feeling that everybody was an asshole.
Yeah.
Because it's even hotter than it is here.
Yeah.
And here, they're complete assholes.
Big
time. Yeah, you got lucky that it wasn't here.
Yeah, it was, I mean, like when I was there, everybody was actually surprisingly nice. But I think it was just the area, Queen Creek.
Yeah.
Because whenever we would go to Tucson, people were dicks.
You heard it here first. In Tucson, people are dicks.
Yep. Anyway, it fell. It was bad.
I got a pants down story. It was 4th grade. I was a teacher's pet to this badass Native American teacher. Her name was Miss Asatoya. And I believe she was Cherokee, if I remember correctly. Mm-hmm. And she was awesome. She loved me for some damn reason. Because I was like one of them nerdy kids or whatever. But I could do no wrong in this woman's eyes, right? I could literally punch someone in the face right in front of her and she'd blame that person, which was awesome. I never did that, but it was awesome. That I could have.
All right.
The power was in my hands.
Yep.
And I didn't even have a power glove. This video is brought to you by Nintendo.
Power glove.
Power glove.
Specifically the
Get
power
it
glove.
Now. Yeah. No, but yeah. Anyway, we're out at recess. And... once recess was over, the respective teachers would go out and call their class into, and people would have to line up. So she goes out there and calls our class. We all line up. And there's this asshole. I'm not going to reveal his name because, although I think he died of AIDS. I'm not even kidding.
All right.
I'm almost 100% sure he died of AIDS. I know he had AIDS.
So don't reveal the name.
He had AIDS. This was the 90s. Medicine wasn't and he wasn't, he wasn't particularly a good person or... he was a drug addict, and
all right.
That's right. In 4th grade, this guy was scumbag. We live in a shitty place, is what I'm saying.
It's not good.
The point is, he got AIDS. He's probably dead, and it's not out of respect for the dead that I'm not saying his name. It's just that he sucks. But the point is, this fucking asshole. I'll say his first name. It's Michael. Okay. Anyway, this fucking asshole named Michael.
Not our frequent commenter, Michael.
No, not that Michael.
He's cool.
he come up behind me, man, and this guy was a little gangster piece of shit, you know.
Uh-huh.
He come up behind me. Now I used to be the type of guy that always wore warm-ups. I know you hate warm-ups.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan.
But for some reason, as a kid, I used to love warm-ups. Probably because, you know, you could just stretch and do anything.
I mean, when it
not
comes
risk tearing your pants open.
when it comes to comfort, warm-ups are pretty great.
Yeah.
But they do wrap up the stink.
I mean, I didn't have a stink problem, so I don't know what. This is like weird. Anyway, we're getting off track. The point is,
that's a whole nother video.
The fucking asshole comes up behind me and decides I'm easy prey, and he just pulls my pants down.
Yep.
Like, look, I'm wearing warm-ups.
So then babies slid off easier.
Yeah, they slid off like butter, like knife through butter, like a hot knife through. I like how I had to fix that, but anyway, they slid off. That's what I'm saying here, and. Since the give was
they slid like when I fell on them.
Yeah, the give was so easy on them that he must have grabbed the underwear too.
Oh man.
Yeah, those suckers slid down. Now those didn't slide all the way down. My knees kind of stopped them.
Yeah, but there was definitely wangage out there.
There was definite wangage, but everybody was facing forward in the line, so I pulled those up. But I didn't pull the pants up, and he's turning around, calling people's attention to my pants or my warm-ups. And everybody's laughing and stuff. Everybody's noticing. And, the teacher has to check off the students as they go up to the front. So I waddle up there with my pants all the way down up to Miss Asatoya. And she's like, what is this? What happened? And I go, like a total snitch. I go, Michael pulled my pants down. And she goes, what? Never saw him again. Next time I saw him, he had AIDS.
So what you're saying here is that she injected...
Pull my pants down, you get AIDS.
She injected AIDS into him?
Yeah, the vengeance of the Native American is mighty indeed.
Yep.
AIDS.
So that one was... that got weird.
Now, speaking of falling, not pants, but just falling in general.
Just falling in general.
There's this time that you fell.
It's not good.
Now,
it wasn't a regular fall.
Go ahead and tell the story because
we were at some lady's house. Not invited, by the way. We're just there. I'm just kidding. We were there to fix some garden shit, and I don't even remember what we were doing. Play fighting, I guess.
Yeah. This is the setup to that. Our grandmother was in charge of this lady's gardening while the lady was away. Yeah. So she took us. We tagged along. I really wouldn't tag along. You would tag along.
Yeah, but for some reason you went that day. Yeah, we probably needed help with something.
And we were play fighting. You were doing your little chop socky kicks and shit for some damned reason.
I did like this badass Neo kick.
It wasn't badass.
It wasn't. It was horrible. It was actually the highest I've ever put my leg.
Does Neo ever kick? Oh yeah, I guess
Shut up. Anyway, I did a little kick. Right, it was pretty cool. It was epic even. It was a record on how high my leg went, but that's because you grabbed it and broke it. Now, you didn't break my leg, but there was definitely some poppage down there. And I fell. I fell like a sack of potatoes to the ground. Needless to say, the ground was wet because we were, watering. Now, I dispute this fact, but you say that it happened, so I'll believe you.
It did.
You claim
you don't even remember anything that started this video. No, so your memory's shit.
You claimed that I dragged.
This is what happened.
Yeah, you take over this part. This.
When you did your little high kick, your little Bruce Lee wannabe high kick.
You grabbed my leg.
I grabbed your leg.
For some reason, went like this.
Yeah. I was just trying to throw it back at you, by the way.
I was already breaking the physical limits of my pelvis by putting up my leg.
Yeah, as I thrust it back at you, you do kind of like a split fall.
Yeah.
So you fall on the ground, as you said, like a sack of potatoes. Very adequate description. You just fall straight to the ground, and the place is muddy as hell because our grandmother was watering.
Although I did fall on concrete.
Yeah,
but there was a little bit of mud in there.
Well, you were right next to where the actual garden started. So as you fall, or rather when you fall, you start wailing like a baby. Now, granted, you're relatively young. You're like
pretty young, yeah,
like 8 years old or something like that.
Yeah.
But you're screaming at the top of your lungs,
I mean, my leg
as if you got butt raped then and there.
Close enough.
So, our grandmother, who's long ways away, she makes her way over. But in the meantime, I guess to emphasize your pain,
Well, I wasn't thinking like, oh, I gotta emphasize my pain.
You're already screaming and writhing.
Yeah,
There is
'cause
no need for you to do this. And this is what you did. You start slapping the mud in front of you, screaming, and then you start pulling it towards you, and you build like this mud fort in front of your face. And you screaming at the top of your fucking lungs, ah, my leg! And by the time grandmother gets there, you have like this 40-foot tall fucking monolith constructed. Fucking apes around it worshiping. What the fuck, man? It was hilarious.
No,
It's one of the few times grandmother got mad at me too. By the way,
stories change every once in a while. Sometimes it's a monolith. Sometimes you claim that I grabbed mud and went.
You did. Now I didn't want to go there because I thought the monolith was a pretty sweet end.
It was good,
especially the undulating apes. Yeah. But yeah, you did in fact. Once grandmother got there and you had your little fucking fort built in front of you. I call it Fort Bragg, but yeah, once you had your little fort, and she's like, "Whoa, what happened?" You know, she's concerned. She's asking me. I'm like, "Fuck, I probably broke this guy's intestines somehow, split them open."
My legs all going like this and shit.
And she's asking you what happened, and your response, instead of articulating what the fuck happened, is to grab some of the mud off the fort and smear it on your face.
I got bullshit on that.
Fucking tears blending into more mud.
I don't remember this happening. Now, I do remember clawing, but that's because I was trying to reach the fence. And for some reason...
all you did was build something.
For some reason, my response was to build a freaking fort. It wasn't good.
It was pretty epic.
Anyway, my leg hurt for a while. It wasn't great.
This has nothing to do with falling, but it's related because it has to do with you and grandmother visiting this lady. Mm-hmm. Now, this lady took a liking to you of sorts.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, she wasn't cruel to you.
No,
she wasn't
she was
whipping
nice.
You from her stagecoach.
On a scale from Lena to Gloria, she was definitely in the middle somewhere.
That means nothing to anybody, but there you go. No, but this lady... she took a liking to you to some, you know, respects.
Yeah.
And she decided to, what was it, give you? Before the actual incident, she gave you something.
She knew I liked
frogs.
We would go. Yeah, she used to hold like garage yard sales. Mm-hmm. And she would hold the shit for me because she knew I would like it.
Right.
And one of those days, I was playing with a toad.
Like a real toad?
Yeah, like a big ass toad. Because her
wait a minute, she was selling a toad?
No, her yard was humongous.
Oh, so it had toads.
There was like toads and shit. So I was playing with a toad and shit, going like this and shit. I'm not like that, but I was good licking toads basically. I was licking toads in the back, and I guess she noticed that I liked toads. And then the next time we went, she had a little something for me. She had a big old. She had a big old plastic bag full of toads. You like that little drink you got there?
This episode is brought to you by
Big-ass
massive flasks. Yeah, I remember the bag of toads, man. Well, I don't remember because I didn't have the pleasure to see it.
No, unfortunately.
But
it was a plastic, but like a grocery bag full of toads,
living toads,
real,
some dead, right?
Real toads. Now I don't know how long these toads had been there, but they were definitely there for a while because they were swimming in their own pee. About there was like a 50-50 toad to urine ratio. And there were some dead toads in there, and the live toads were using them as little life rafts because they were swimming in their own urine.
God, man.
Now she gives me this bag dripping with pee. And I'm like, what the hell's this? Open it. Toads.
Oh, thanks. Like, what do you say to that? Thanks?
Now, this was on the way out of the visit. We had already been there for like an hour. So, again, I don't know how long these toads have been there. So, I take them, get them in the car, make sure to like... well, first of all, we're driving down the road, and I have the toads outside the window because Grandma wouldn't let me put the pee bag in the car.
Wise.
We drive like a couple feet, and I let the toads go. And I guess dump the dead ones. It was weird. It was not a great gift.
That's one's got to wonder how long the toads were in the bag. Did she go out that morning and collect toads?
There's definitely some dead ones in there.
That's weird. Is that the weirdest gift you've ever gotten?
No. Another lady, older lady. One time we went, and again, we were there the whole time, and on the way out, she hands me a little towelette, serviette even, and I'm like, oh, cool. Some sort of burrito or some shit, right? Nope. Dead pigeon.
What the fuck?
Now, the pigeon was not dead, but it was on its way out.
What the fuck?
It was floppier than the floppy dong. And I was like, what the hell's wrong with this pigeon? As I was petting it, because I was trying to nurse it back to health, little did I know that pigeons are disease bags. It was cawing, or I was going, caw, caw, caw. All of a sudden, mid-caw, it goes,
what the hell?
And I'm like, what the hell? What did it just do? Its head's all floppy. And sure enough, that pigeon was dead. It went out with a trailing caw. And I was just kind of like swirling its head for a while. Grandma notices that I'm freaking playing with a dead-ass disease bag. Tells me to throw it out the window. So I just kind of throw it out the window.
I mean, it's the right thing to do.
That's got to be the worst gift I've ever gotten. Dead-ass pigeon.
Seems to be that giving anybody a live anything is a bad gift. Getting them a bag full of pee mostly with live things in it, awful. Giving them a disease bag on its way out, terrible.
It wasn't good, but that sound was epic.
I can't say I've gotten horrible gifts like that, but I've always gotten awkward gifts. I don't get a lot of gifts. Just to clear this up, we don't celebrate Christmas. No. We never have. Like, never. In fact, the first time I, quote-unquote, celebrated Christmas was with my previous girlfriend. And it was it wasn't Christmas. It was just like, hey,
here's a thing.
I celebrate Christmas. Yeah. Here's a gift. Oh, well, I better, give her a gift too. That kind of scenario,
Yeah.
And I've done that on previous times. Like, oh, this person, they celebrate Christmas. I'm gonna give them something, and vice versa. But celebrate it, no. And giving gifts to each other, we never have.
Yep.
So on occasion when that happens, when you have a friend that like, oh, I'm gonna give them a gift, or that they're gonna give you one, so you make the effort, go out of my way and try to get something nice if I can. But more often than not, I'm met with something that confuses the shit out of me. Like when it comes to the gift I get. Not always. I just don't know how to react. And maybe it's just in general.
That's the worst.
Yeah. Maybe it's just in general because I don't celebrate it that I don't know how to react to it.
Yeah.
But I think it's because I've gotten just awkward gifts. Not bad gifts. Awkward gifts. Well, here's a good example.
Penis rings.
Penis rings was a bad one. But I was very enthusiastic about that. Wore it immediately and made it awkward thus. But no, one of them was Guillermo del Toro's second novel in the Strain series. I already had it, and I was given it by someone, and you could see because they knew that this was a gift that I wanted.
Yeah, like the anticipation.
And of course, it's like, of course I'd want that, but I have it, so it's like, oh fuck, what do I say? And I just said, oh, I have it already.
No, nah, you don't. No.
Yeah. Well, see, the thing is, I couldn't even avoid it.
Yeah.
Because as he gives it to me and I'm looking at it, literally behind me is a shelf.
Oh man!
With the fucking tome in there,
No, that's happened to me too.
Yeah, so it was like awkward, but I did keep it.
Uh-huh.
I did keep the novel. I was like, no, I'm not gonna throw it away. This is cool. I'll read it twice, once in each version or whatever.
Each eye.
So yeah, that was awkward. But I think the awkwardest one, and maybe a lot of people won't relate to this, so that's why I'm gonna tell it. But yeah, the most awkward one was I got a cell phone from someone. Now, that would be really useful right now because I don't have one. But I was like very anti-cell phone for a long fucking time. In fact, I didn't get my first cell phone until 2010. I hated the idea of I still hate cell phones.
That's because you had to, right, for work?
I had to because of work. And then on top of that, it served the benefit of keeping me in contact with my girlfriend at the time. So it was kind of like well, this is useful to me now.
Mm.
But before I hated it. I still hate them.
Mm.
You know this. I hate people. I hate seeing people use cell phones. It's weird. So I was given a cell phone as a gift because the one I was using
Suck dinglings?
was kind of, it was on its way out, like the Pigeon.
Yep.
And it came from my girlfriend at the time, so it was like she knew I needed it. She knew it was useful. And again, that expectation on the face, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there must have been something on my face because it was like the immediate, you don't like it, do you? And I was like, and not like, oh, you don't like it, do you? Normally delivered. It was like a disappointing, you don't like it, do you? And I'm like, no, it's not that.
It's cool. Look.
It's, I need it. I mean, you're right. I don't know. I didn't know how to react, man. So I felt like a complete shitbag. I did need it. It was just a fucking cell phone, you know?
Yeah.
What do you say to the cell phone?
It's good. Yeah, it's good.
Do you say, how's it going?
Ring me. Ring me up. It's one time
unfortunate.
A teacher was over, and I was listening to Cash, because I'm a Cash fan. And it just so happens that I guess he was also a Cash fan. And we got to talking about Cash. Now, this teacher I thoroughly disliked. Well, I wouldn't say I disliked him, but he clearly didn't like being here. There was occasionally a weird scent of fish that hit me too, and I think it was him. No.
Take a pull.
No, I'm good. I don't have a mouth. Remember? Oh, it's warm. Anyway.
So you're talking to
whatever, when you don't really like someone, but you have to interact with someone, and there's like a
just
chance,
like this right here.
Just like every single one of our videos. There's when there's a chance for some sort of bondage, not that kind.
Bonding, yeah.
Bonding, you kind of take it, right? So you don't make it super weird.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking about Cash, and I'm like, oh, cool. And he's like, oh, I have this Cash record, or not record, CD in my car if you want to borrow it. And I'm like, oh, yeah, cool. Which one is it? Because I had a bunch of them, right? And he's like, it's Folsom Prison Blues.
Folsom?
And I'm like, this was a choice I had to make in my head. I was like, do I tell him it's Folsom, you fool? Or do I let it go and borrow it? Borrow it, right? I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to borrow it. So he comes in. And it just so happens that the record or the album that's up next in the queue to play is that exact album. And I had already said I didn't have it.
Oh, man.
So he comes in and he gets, dude, like instantly it turns like, I thought you said you didn't have it. And I'm like, Folsom Prison. Yeah, I have that one.
Oh, so it's a double whammy?
It's like a double whammy.
You corrected him and you had it?
I had to correct him, and the record I had already said many times, mind you, that I didn't have. I even went as far as to say that's the only one I didn't have, which is not true, obviously, was playing, and I had to correct him. And there was and that was, I may be wrong, but that was either the same day or the time after I acknowledged the fish scent. So it was already weird. Like, I'm sitting there, I'm like, man, something smells like fish, dude. And I didn't let it go, dude. Like, the whole time, I was like, man, it's like a fishy scent. Now, it's because I thought it was our kitchen, and I was trying to, like, compensate for the fact that I smelled the fish too, dude. Don't worry. Turns out it was him.
Why did he smell like... Wait, why is there a kitchen to begin with?
We were in the kitchen.
Wait, hold on.
It was home when I was homebound.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he would come to the house. Anyway, we were in the kitchen doing the work, and there was like a fishy scent, and I had assumed it was something Grandma was cooking up. So I was like, man, there's some fishy scent, hoping for there to be like some solidarity. They're like, yeah, what is that fish scent? It stinks. And then I could explain like, oh, it's probably Grandma's fish.
Why did he smell like fish?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Oh, man.
So I was acknowledging the fish scent several times, and then eventually he went, it's just me, all right? Let it go. And I was like, oh, shit. It was him. Fuck? Now, I think it's because he used to have some gym classes afterwards, so maybe he, like, spilled up, like, a smegma smell. I don't know. The point is, it was fish.
Jesus.
Anyway, so it was already awkward. This guy already didn't like me. I had acknowledged his fish scent. He got pissed about it. And then when the Cash thing, I was like, oh, I'm going to jump on this, right? This is my way back in. and then I made it worse.
Wow,
It wasn't good. So I caught someone out on their fish scent, and but that baby it wasn't like crotch fish. It was like legit. Like he went to the freaking market and bought a flounder or some shit.
What the fuck?
It was bad.
Damn, I don't even know what to say to that.
That was an awkward one. I don't think I ever spoke about that actually.
Well, we're gonna end on that low / high note. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm speechless.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Anyway, this has been story time. We started with some falls, and we ended
up with some falls.
With some grotesque ass fish scents, but there you go. Gross. This has been Ahab and the Goontick reminiscing on some fishing. Hit like, share, subscribe. Tell us some stories of your own. And we're out.